Hi, welcome followers. We are here in a new episode of the Cooking Photographs channel. Today we are interviewing a well-known photographer in Florida, US, by the name Ramfis Campis.
Ramfis Campis is an American photographer with over 40 years of experience. He was raised in New York and moved to Florida in the 70s. His work is mostly artistic, though he has worked in several disciplines including architectural, commercial, and advertising photography. He's well known for his willingness to help up-and-coming photographers and speak internationally.
I started photography back in 1959 when I was still in high school. I was going to be an architect. That's what I was going to study, but you had to learn drafting, and you had to learn, part of that course was commercial art, and commercial art photography is involved. And when I got into photography, that just about made it. I decided that that's what I was going to be instead of going to be an architect.
If you had to choose a focal lens, an ISO, and an aperture, what will they be?
Probably the something close to a medium wide-angle lens. You could shoot a lot of things with that, except for portrait work. But you could shoot landscapes, architecture, and as far as the f-stop, probably something close to about a 8 to 11. And as far as the ISO, probably the lowest I can possibly use so that the quality on the file would be that much better. Too much of a high ISO will start to produce what they call today noise. In the old days we call it grain.
In your opinion, can someone earn a living in photography?
Yes, somebody can make a decent living if they know how to market, do a lot of education for themselves, and make a name for themselves. Yes, they can make a good living, but how long they will make a living on it, it all depends on marketing. Let yourself be known constantly in the trade and in the community, because if your name is not heard, you get forgotten. And as far as making a living till you retire, no, you won't make a living till you retire. But if you invest in the monies that you make while you're in the business, and have annuities and stocks, invest them wisely, you can make a living till you retire, yes, but otherwise, no. The art of photography can be taught, yes. Your better learners are the ones that are in the art area. By that I mean music, painting, sculpture, writing. Those are the arts, and anybody that is familiar with those areas or knows about that can become a better photographer, because they know composition, whether it's in music, in painting, in writing, whatever it is. If they know that, they can really become good photographers. So the answer to your question, can it be taught? Yes, it can be taught. They would be the ones that would learn it much easier. Anybody that is not in the art area of music and painting and so on, they still can learn it, and some of them come to be pretty good.
Would you say that photography has become so easy that it's lost its value?
Yeah, it's too easy as far as somebody being out there. But those that want great photography know who to go to. Those are the ones that can actually produce the kind of work that people would like to have and hand over from generation to generation. Nowadays, with the influx of so many that are not that knowledgeable in it, they just like to take pictures. Their studio is the natural area. outdoors, and that to me, for the most part, is not a studio. That's an environment that you can do some type of work, but when you're inside a studio, have a control of lighting, camera settings and all that, yeah, then you become a good photographer.
If you could go back in time, what would you have done differently?
If I could go back in time, I think what I would do more than anything else is probably marketing. I did very little marketing. I didn't have to, because the business was constantly coming in. But as the digital craze came in, everybody was a photographer, and I was a marketing. So that's probably the area that I would concentrate more. There are probably some other factors, maybe saving some more money than I already did. But today I'm fairly well to do as far as in the photography world, but I could have been a whole lot better. What advice could I give somebody starting out in this trade of photography? Business management. That is probably the prime thing to learn. Once you understand how to run a business, how to make money, how to hire, how to keep employees, see who's holding you back, and if something is holding you back, you have to let it go. Number two, I would say learn art. There were many artists before photography came in. The photography world really does what the old masters did. Learn what they did, how they did it. I've seen paintings where there's double lighting, and actually there was two windows. One as the main, the other one was sort of to the side and the back, and that gave what we call today rim lighting. So rim lighting was back in the 1500s, 1600s. It's not new. But management of the business and the art, those two together, you will become a good to even a great photographer.
I hope you enjoyed this interview. I'll see you in the next episode.